It's the HipHopMatrixShow.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back.
It's the HipHopMatrixShow with J.Hall and DJ Akademiks.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Let's get it.
Yeah, what's good? It's HipHopMatrixShow. Myself, J.Hall. This guy right here, DJ Akademiks. What's up, my brother?
What's happening, homie? How you feeling?
I hope I'm feeling okay.
Yeah, that's a real question.
Like,
that's a double-sided question.
Like
How
so
you feeling,
far,
that nigga? How you feeling?
like so
Are
far.
Are you okay?
So far.
Do I need to have some distance right about now?
I see you had the blue glove on today, brother.
Yeah, I did have the blue glove because I'm not touching no doorknobs.
So help me understand the logic of that.
I'm not touching no raw doorknobs right now.
What about shaking hands?
Oh, nah, that's definitely suspended till further notice. Nah.
Yo, I was taking care of issue in the Apple store, and when I was done, like the dude fixed my situation. Like he gave me a whole new phone.
He
right?
fixed your situation.
Yeah, he gave me a whole new phone.
Pause.
So, that's a pause?
He fixed your situation.
Okay. Anyway. But out of habit, man, I extended my hand out to be like, thank you.
He looked at you like you crazy.
He was like, that, like, fold up his fist real quick, like, nah. And I was like, yeah, you got it. Like, I was more mad at myself for doing that. You know what I mean? That'll go to show you how much, like, we've been conditioned to kind of do that situation, man. How you been holding up with it? You got kids, like,
yeah, I've been cool. So Maryland schools is closed for 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, it started Monday, out from the 16th to the 27th.
Wow.
Yeah, Maryland schools are out. DC schools are out. Till further notice, so it'll probably be 2 weeks as well. So yeah, it's real.
Were there any cases going on at your kid's school?
No, not yet. No.
Okay.
But they want to be cautious. Rather safe than sorry, which is the right decision.
Correct.
I'm all for it.
Correct. Have you known anybody personally?
Nope. Don't want to know nobody personally.
Anybody with any signs or anything like that?
Nope. Because if there was, I wasn't near them for too long to notice.
Yeah. This is not one of those. You know how. Let me ask you this though, real quick. When did you start taking it seriously?
When the NBA shut down, it was like up. I went dumb in Super Walmart after that.
Really?
Went straight to Super Walmart, went dumb.
So before that, your
spent
attitude
like $300.
What was your attitude like before that?
It was I took it serious, but it was cavalier. Like I was just like, it'll pass. Just a new little thing, little government host for the election time. Then the NBA got shut down. Like shit just got real. You know what? I'm gonna go stock up, and we gonna be straight.
That's going to show you too that how we don't take things, or the level of when we actually take things seriously, because we get. Every year it feels like we're getting scared about something. Like remember the bird flu? Mm-hmm. What was the other one? Ebola. Yeah,
Ebola, Zika.
Yeah.
Swine flu, West Nile virus.
There's always something, correct? And so it's real easy to be like, oh, okay. This is going to pass. Mm-hmm. But when they start shutting things down, like on a major scale.
When I seen the NBA act so swiftly like that, yeah, this is serious.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those
time
things.
For me to go stock up so we can just, we can barricade in my house, so we cool.
Yeah, some of the memes have been hilarious though. Mm-hmm. Like, certain people been saying certain things like they say I'm not traveling, and then they'll show somebody dancing to the airport because flights has been like mad cheap.
Absolutely.
Like $200 to go to
Europe, to England, stuff like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, like in Italy is shut down.
Absolutely.
And one thing that they're doing over there is that they're postponing people paying house mortgage, which is cool, right? I mean, that's pretty cool, right?
Absolutely, because they can't pay it. They ain't working.
Yeah. They won't do that in America. They still want you to pay over here.
They need to postpone gas and electric too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's been man. I don't. I asked this is a few generations. Like I asked my mother, did she even know anything about this, something similar to this that she can relate to? She was like, nah. Like, sometimes you go to somebody older, you want them to tell you like, oh, this is just like such and such. This is even with 9/11, right? You had those older people that was like, boy, this is like Pearl Harbor.
Yeah. This
right here, there's nothing, no one, they're like, nah.
Nah, they ain't shutting down. I don't never remember all major sports being shut down.
Yeah. This is reminding me of how every zombie movie has started out.
Yeah, I was like, either in a couple weeks, either it's going to be some real Walking Dead stuff or it's going to be all over with.
Or Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much essentially what happened in that storyline. The humans caught a virus and the apes took over.
Yeah.
You know, they couldn't stay alive.
Well, at least we did watch Walking Dead, so we know how to, cope.
Do we? I feel like we don't. I feel like we didn't learn that lesson.
Well, I'm stabbing in the head.
Yeah.
Definitely stabbing in the head.
Yo, Netflix got to be winning right now, though, too, because a lot of people are indoors.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I feel like it's funny because when you read about the symptoms, I'm one of those people that when I read about certain symptoms, I automatically start thinking I have it. Like when they was like, yeah, your bones start hurting. I was like, man, I forgot I'm getting old. And that's just old injury. You know what I'm saying? Like old track injury. Like, even when you was like, yeah, man, you losing some weight. And I was like, I forgot I'm on my 90-day restart. Like, but it was a split second. I was like,
that's not that Heineken, is it?
Right. I was like, Emma? Yeah, it's getting like that, man.
Yeah, Michelob, I'll be calling it every beer in the book.
Yeah.
Miller Lite.
Yeah.
That Bud Light. You got that Bud Light.
None of us wanted to take it. I mean, there's always been some there's been some things going on in hip hop already. Diddy has announced that the last 2 auditions for making the band canceled.
Good for him.
Canceled. Like I find it funny how we haven't seen anything leaked of any making in the band. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody's
really that concerned.
I was gonna ask you that. You think that time is like past? That was just a moment people were tweeting about?
Yeah, it was just a moment, and then they got over it.
You know who deserved all the credit for getting that situation back up?
Who?
Somebody we both know, DJ Heat. She tweeted that they should bring back making the band, and it went viral.
Oh, she did. She
did
do that.
And Diddy responded to it. But I don't know if anybody ever gonna give Heat that credit. They gotta start copywriting tweets, especially ideas. Yeah. But
because he ain't trying to pay, so he ain't gonna give it the credit publicly.
Well, Diddy not paying.
That's an acknowledgement.
I never heard of that.
Of guilt.
I know he had his sons judging it.
Yeah, but yeah, ain't nobody that concerned about it.
Jay Electronica, who had announced that he finally was gonna put out his debut album after 13 years, he canceled his listening session. So there's a few things with that. Number one, I wasn't believing Jay Electronica would drop an album. I don't care what pictures he had with Hov in the studio. I don't care. Young Guru, all of them. I just did not care.
Nigga, we made it.
Right. And, the listening section, he probably wasn't going to show up anyway.
You going to Lauryn Hill that thing?
Yeah, he was going to Lauryn Hill. Hill it, you know what I'm saying? And I still don't believe that album coming out.
Hey.
Do you really need listening sessions in this period?
I mean, it's cool just to check the temperature of your work, but I think it's cool for if you do it. I think you're supposed to do it. Listening sessions are made for like media people, like radio personalities, the people that are going to be pushing your music, like DJs and stuff like that. You don't do a listening session for the general public because you want them to listen to it when they streaming it.
I actually think a listening session is the worst for someone like Jay Electronica because if he's not seeing a reaction, he's liable to go back in the cave for another 13 years.
Hey, well, that's on him too.
Yeah. So he canceled his listening section. What else? Somebody did benefit from it though.
Who?
Your boy Soulja Boy teamed up with a company called the
soap shop.
Yeah, the Shop Soap, which carries a lot of different dish detergents and soap and everything. He had already invested in them, and according to TMZ,
they're doing numbers right now.
They went from selling 100 bottles of cleaning products per month to 3,000 in the last 2 weeks.
Ching. Nothing sells like fear.
Now, the biggest thing they've been telling people was about washing hands. You would think that'd be something so basic that everybody was already doing, but they wasn't.
Yeah.
Like old girl from The View. Did you see that clip that went viral of her saying she doesn't wash her hands when she go to the bathroom because she feel like she's in her own house? She was like, I'm in my own house. I don't need to have no germs. You know what that says to me? Like, if I'm ever invited over your house, I'm not eating over there.
Definitely not.
Because you don't feel like you need to wash your hands after you use the restroom. As a woman,
everybody in my house wash their hands. Wash that down. I don't hear that saying. Well, I don't hear no water. Wash your hands.
Yeah.
My kids wash their hands. Everybody in my house wash their hands.
You think Soulja Boy get the respect that he should get though? I mean, because that's a big deal if he's making bread off that.
I mean, yeah, it's a big deal. I mean, it's to certain people that you're not going to big up, like Nick Cannon, Soulja Boy, those. That realm, but they're great businessmen and they always getting a check.
Why do you think people don't give those two particular respect?
Because they're horrible rappers, but they're always getting a check and they're
but at least Soulja Boy got hits. Nick Cannon, I mean,
Nick Cannon had technically he had hits. He had Gigolo.
You put a plural on that.
Oh, and he had other one joints. He had another hit.
What
He had another hit.
What?
Just give me a minute.
Go ahead.
Give me a minute. Let's go on to the next subject. It'll come to me. And I'll pop it. I'll throw it out there out of nowhere.
It's not something I can
All right,
ever.
next topic. But
Yeah, that's not something I can even think about. It kind of. Do you think that we can get a cure, like for this or anything that they're saying?
I think it's just going to disintegrate. It's just going to vanish.
That's what you are. You hoping that's what you.
Either
believe?
we all gonna get sick at one time and we're gonna get over it, or it's just gonna vanish out of nowhere.
It's kind of messed up the way it's playing out because there's a lot of events that are just canceling. Like, what's this right here? We was just checking out the Fast and Furious movie and the new James Bond movie both got delayed. Like
Fast 9.
Yeah, it's all delayed, man. I mean, this whole situation is messing up everything. Did you have any traveling plans?
It's been a lot. No, I ain't had no traveling plans, not until July. So I figured by that time, either we all be dead or be over with.
What were you about to say? I'm sorry.
No, I was about to say there's a lot of festivals that got canceled as well. Like South by Southwest got canceled. Coachella got moved to October. And we were trying to, and it's up in the air if Broccoli City is going to go down.
What?
It's up in the air if Broccoli City is going to still go down.
Really?
Yeah, that's close to, maybe being canceled or postponed too.
The Made in DMV conference that was supposed to come up this weekend got canceled.
Absolutely.
And they're not saying the word canceled, they're saying rescheduled. But South by Southwest, I think they just say canceled, right?
Yeah, South by Southwest is canceled.
And people can't get their money back off that.
No. But Coachella was moved to October.
What does that do for someone like, can you speak on that real quick? Like, what does that do for someone like a DJ who make their money off events and appearances?
It's definitely messing up the money. Yeah, that's no question. It's going to mess up the money. It's messing up a lot of money. Look at the NCAA, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, all that stuff is messing up the money, definitely.
Did you have anything planned for this month or anything like that?
Yeah, I just announced a high school invasion tour that I'm doing with a bunch of artists out of DMV. And when it was initially going to start this Thursday, actually, but I actually pushed it back to April 2nd.
Okay.
Which doesn't seem like I actually pushed it back because we just announced it today. Yesterday.
But you had intentions for it to be when?
To start to March 19th, but that's not going to happen. So
what's that do for people? Like, what do you do like if your girlfriend or your wife has a coronavirus? Like, you still have sex with them?
Oh, you're going to quarantine. You're going to be in your own room.
What do they do in the quarantine? Do they just, I really don't know. Do they just spray you all day for like 14 hours?
No, so you just going to be, if my wife gets, you're going to be in a hotel room and you're going to get your own hotel for a couple of weeks until it runs its course with you.
Did you see that meme about when they were talking about a good sex positions, like you do a missionary, then you partner cough, then you turn them around?
yeah. Back shots. All back shots till further notice.
Back shot loving.
Back shot because you can't breathe on me. All back shots till further notice. That's the way it's going.
Well, they already said that everybody running out and buying those masks, that's not the issue. Like,
they're not the right ones. You got to have surgical masks for one.
But buying those masks, what you're doing is like you're ruining for people who really do need those masks. I haven't seen hand sanitizer in weeks.
Oh, I got a bunch of them. I got mine on my keychain. I got them all over the place.
Oh, for real? Got one?
I got one in the car. Yeah, I got to get one.
Dude, have you been to CVS or any of those stores and seen?
No, I have a significant other that works in a
hospital.
So we
hospital.
Yeah, straight out the mud with them.
Yeah, straight connect all day long. What do you think this is going to do to like?
I got that inside plug. I got that Pablo.
Yeah, that's yeah. What's something like this? What can it really do for us in the music game? Like, you got people, or in hip hop, you got people postponing their listening sessions.
Well, if you're in music, you're in hip hop, I would just drop my music right now because there's going to be a lot of people home listening to music. This is the best time to drop music because everybody's going to be in the house streaming and on YouTube. Especially going to have a lot of kids sitting home for 2 weeks, so they're going to be on YouTube. So drop it like it's hot now.
Somebody had brought this up that who you think is going to be the first rapper that's going to come up with a mixtape called Coronavirus? Because there was slime flu mixtapes. So who you think somebody going to drop this?
It's definitely somebody from Atlanta. I'm just gonna say it's somebody from Atlanta. Yeah. Maybe Young Thug, because that's his whole thing.
That is almost his lane. It was a city called, I think, New Rochelle, upstate New York. That whole town is shut down. What else is shut down? Like you got like the Bay Area, from my understanding, is really going through it right now. Like it's really bad out here. So it's like I don't know. Like, have you had any travel? Were you about to get on the road anytime soon?
No, I ain't going nowhere till July.
What's going on in July?
Like I said, I got my Cabo trip, July, summer heat, party trip for a week, and that's the first time I'm leaving the country. So by then, either we all did or everything's over with.
What about your clubs?
What about my clubs? So far, I mean, you just can't have big parties. Like, I know Baltimore is, you can't, they banned gatherings over 250 people. New York is, the state of New York is 500 people. Virginia is 1,000 people. And I think DC is going to either be 1,000 or 500 people as well.
You can't have a venue over that.
Can't have gatherings of over 500 or 1,000 people.
Okay, but you're having that though, right? I'm
My
sorry,
event that I have-
your gigs are still going on.
Yeah, everything's going on. No clubs have been shut down yet. Like, no parties have been shut down yet. So people still trying to make their money right now.
Any babies you predict gonna get made?
And oh yeah, when people in the house, oh hell yeah.
Who gonna
Too
name
comfortable.
that? What do you name your kid when he was conceived during this tragic time?
Rona.
Yeah, Rona, Ronnie,
If it's a girl, Rona. If it's a guy, Ronnie. If it's a boy, Ronnie.
Cora. Cora's a good one.
Vi.
Vi, Russ.
There you go, Midnight Russ.
Yeah, you go. Midnight Russ is a good one. Yeah, it's a few, but you know there's gonna be some idiots who gonna not use a condom because they gonna feel like they don't have to because of this. Somebody is talking their girl into them not wearing a condom because it's the end of the world. And then somebody's gonna believe it, and then you're gonna realize he wasn't ish from the beginning.
Realize 3 weeks from now, you stuck with it.
Yeah, it's a little bit messed up. I know a lot of people, some celebrities had started saying they got it because, like, for example, Senator Ted Cruz, he has it, and then just yesterday, Tom Hanks and his wife Rita had announced that they have it. They were filming down in Australia.
Yep, and Tom Hanks' son actually spoke out and said they were feeling fine. They were just having shortness of breath and they were feeling a little ill, so they went and got checked and found out they had it. But he said they're doing fine right now and they're just going through all the necessary precautions. I didn't even know they had a son, but
They got like two.
Well, I mean, I would assume he had.
He's the one that's Chet. He's the one that's on Empire. He was the one that was speaking Jamaican when everybody was like, "Yo," when he's the one that pretty much want to be B Rabbit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I did see he had all the tattoos and stuff.
yeah, he wants to be B Rabbit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like he really wants to be the character that you see on Empire.
Oh, okay.
On the TV show. Yeah. But yeah,
I haven't watched Empire in probably like 5 seasons.
it's fine.
5, 6. Since the second season, I haven't watched.
You
Empire.
haven't missed anything.
Yeah.
He's been on there, but he hasn't missed anything.
Yeah, so I didn't even know he was on there. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So Tom Hanks, he spoke out, and can we get into sports?
I was gonna ask you, what do you think that says to the our celebrity worship? Because a lot of people didn't even still take it seriously until like a celebrity caught it.
Well, yeah, but Tom Hanks is different because he's in Australia, so it's not like he caught it here. So anything that happens overseas, people here is like, all right, but that's overseas.
Okay,
so
and it's Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump. I mean, Forrest Gump got the coronavirus.
That's believable.
Well, yeah, because he would probably, Forrest Gump himself would probably still be shaking hands, even though everybody would tell him, no, Forrest Gump be the person shaking everybody's hands, but he'll be the one who don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, we were talking about things that got shut down. The NCAA announced that March Madness is done. Absolutely.
Well, it took them forever to actually break it down because they wasn't. NCAA was trying to hold on to that bag for dear life. They was not trying to let go of that money. And today it proved that they do not care about the students at all. I feel like they didn't, and I could be wrong, I feel like they didn't want to make the announcement until Duke said they wasn't playing, right? Yeah, it was schools that saying, look, we ain't coming. People their hands had to get forced. Right. Because NCAA was not trying to let go of that bag. And the last tournament that actually played was the Big East tournament. They actually tipped off today. Like SEC, ACC came close. Because it's no coincidence that the two biggest earning conferences was the last to actual cancel, but it's crazy. Like, it just shows NCAA cares nothing about the students. It's all about that money. Well, Harvard sent everybody home. And all the schools that are in the NCAA tournament sent the students home. But the student athletes, for some reason, were still playing.
Yeah, well, that sucked when it come to even with harvesting home because there are a lot of kids who can't really afford to like be home, and you ain't want to give them no money and nothing like that. Look out for them. So yeah, that sucked. And
they were trying to create the narrative that the kids really want to play, so we don't want. Nah. Y'all want them to play so you can make that money off of them. Shut up.
Yeah, that's true.
Stop lying.
I mean, even to the point
none of the kids wanted to play. Like it was
empty arenas.
and they definitely. And if you notice, they didn't interview none of the players. It was all coaches that gave it.
Players?
I'm talking about college players.
I know that.
They didn't interview none of the college players because they were trying to build a narrative that they were doing this for the kids, and the kids really wanted to play. And when that was not the case, all the kids did not want to play, and they were letting the coaches speak for them. So they kept the kids' voices closed. Like it was all about the money. NCAA sucks.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Who else had canceled?
Go back and look at. There was not one college athlete that was able to be interviewed.
I didn't even. You right?
Any other time they got the mics all in their face, asking what they think. Right now, they wasn't letting none of them say nothing.
I didn't even see a tweet.
And they probably told. I'm sure they got mandated that they can't tweet out. Don't tweet anything because they wanted to control the narrative because it's still a slave ship. College basketball is similar. College is similar to
football,
to NFL football, but football they can speak their mind, but they just can't move. Like your mind and your mouth is yours, but your body is ours.
I mean, well, football they can speak, but their consequences are higher. Nobody got the freedom at the NBA.
No, nobody has the freedom like NBA. I said NFL football, like they have the freedom of speech and the freedom of mind. They can say what they want and do.
They can at least say it.
But physically, they can't do what they want.
Right.
NBA do what the hell they want. NBA is a league that's run by the players, but NFL is run by the owners, and college is run by the NCAA, which is a slave ship. So it's just what it is.
That is a slave ship type of mentality.
Like they didn't allow them to speak nothing, and it actually started coming out through whispers that the kids did not want to play. A lot of kids didn't want to play, but they were being forced to play because it was making a lot of people money because it's $1 billion.
Well, that's crazy because they had.
But they're student athletes. It just really proved that they're athletic students and not student athletes.
Yeah, but they also. I mean, that goes to show you how full of shit, like you said, they are when it comes to the money because you want the kid to actually just shut up and just play. You don't even care about him going to class because, like you said, the schools were already.
The schools already sent the kids home.
Yeah.
Florida State, Clemson, all the kids there, they were already home. They were already home.
It's like a slave mentality because, I'm thinking about it now. College announced that they were shutting down after the pros. And you should be more concerned about the students versus the adult men.
They were concerned about that money. March Madness is $1 billion event.
It is. I mean, it's never
and
been shut down
they
before.
have the highest income turnover rate because they don't pay the players.
Yeah.
They make all the money off the product, which is the players, and they don't pay them. So now it proves that you really need to pay them because you really don't care about them. You just care about the money they're making.
What did you think about the whole shutdown with the NBA? Because remember, at first,
I thought the NBA thing was great. I thought NBA handled it great.
He wasn't going to play at first.
Well, yeah, but then they read his contract to him, and
he had to backwalk.
Yeah, like look, you know what? I know what you said, but this contract states that you will get on that floor and you will play, whether it's 20,000 people in the Staples Center or if it's just 20 people.
Well, he claimed that he didn't know that there were things going on behind the scenes, so he spoke out a little bit too early. But Utah Jazz, Donovan Mitchell, and Rudy Gobert, both of them tested positive, and your boy Rudy did the whole mic thing, which he had to come out later and apologize for. What was going through his head?
I mean, he just didn't take it serious. He thought it was a game.
Even though he had it.
He didn't know he had it at the time. I mean, he didn't know he had it. He just thought he was sick. So he was playing the game like everybody else did. Like I start coughing. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I got the corona. Like he really didn't think. He thought it was a joke. And you can't really be mad. I mean, it was irresponsible, but it's something that everybody does. So it's like you can't really be mad at him because who would have thought he really did have it? And the percentages of him actually having it are so low. And at the profile he's at, you would have never thought. So I don't blame him, but it was irresponsible. And I know Donovan Mitchell wants to whoop his ass on site right now.
Why?
Because that's who gave it to him.
Oh, they know that for a fact?
Yeah, absolutely. They said he was going around, after he did that, he was going around the locker room touching people's belongings and stuff like that, drink out people's water bottles and stuff like that.
What? So he touched Donovan stuff?
Yeah, that's the story. So he was going around just being funny, just making a joke about the whole thing, saying y'all being too serious and stuff like that, touching other guys' belongings and stuff like that. So I know after the fact,
somebody definitely want to whip his ass.
yeah,
That's
Donovan
no
Mitchell,
question.
it's on site.
Yeah.
And Donovan Mitchell spoke, and he in his what he said, he was like, you kind of read between the lines. He was talking to Rudy like, yeah, when this shit blows over, I'm gonna slap shit out you. Just so
really?
you know. I mean, that's what I read from it. That's what I read. You can go read his IG.
You slap him on the first day of practice, or you slap in the middle of the game?
Well, you might not slap him because you don't want to touch him. You might drop kick his ass or something like him.
No, if you got the corona too, you can
Oh yeah, if
touch
I got the corona, now you got. I ain't got nothing to lose, so I
Yeah,
can
we got nothing to lose.
just give you the 5 fingers to the face.
We definitely even.
Yeah. So yeah, and I'm sure Rudy Gobert probably be like, yeah, I deserve that.
Do you think the league shuts down for the rest of the year?
No, I think they'll probably shut down for a month. Actually, I'm looking to maybe open the league. I saw this
In 30 days, owners are already
in 30
going, trying to work it out.
days,
Yeah.
and probably go straight to the playoffs, or have the season go all the way into August.
How far along will we from the playoffs anyway?
But then if we go into August, the next season probably won't start. It'll probably be a 50-game season the following season because they're not going to have the NBA Finals and then go right into training camp.
I was just about to say, but how far along we were to the finals anyway? And when did
The finals usually start
May?
until like June.
No. Oh, I'm sorry, not finals. Playoffs. When do playoffs start?
It was probably like right after March Madness, so like end of May, like May. Yeah, May. Playoffs usually start 'cause that's like a month, and then the finals are in June.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm really hoping that this situation get under control because my niece graduates in May, and I'm supposed to go home to see that. And so that's another so-called large gathering.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So I'm hoping that graduations and stuff like that, kids that's been wanting to do this their whole life, don't get canceled. You know, like you don't have your ceremony and things like that. That's just garbage. Like who wants that? That would be really sad.
Absolutely crazy.
I mean, Kevin Love, shout out to him because he donated $100K to support the arena staffers in Cleveland.
Yeah, him and Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban said as soon as the news came out that he was already like asking questions like how much would it cost to support them during the time because those are people that are on a salary that he wants to make sure they're taken care of. But yeah, shout out to Kevin Love too. He donated $100,000 out of his own pocket through his foundation to make sure that the arena employees at the Cavaliers, I think it's the Quicken Loans Arena, is taken care of. So that's definitely big to him. So I see more owners and players stepping up doing that.
Well, Dan Gilbert should have did that too, since he owned Quicken Loans and he owns the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Well, I think it'll be I think that was probably like a peer pressure too. So he'll probably be making a statement soon. And all the owners will probably follow ship.
Well, they showed the clip of Mark Cuban actually getting news. He was like at a game.
Yeah, he was wow. Yeah, you saw his facial expressions and everything. It was crazy.
Yeah. NFL already said that, somebody asked, I guess they already put out a statement that they plan to proceed on with everything. But your boy Vince McMahon, WrestleMania is still going to go on April 5th. And WrestleMania is huge in the wrestling world. You talking about a gathering of a lot of people.
Well, April 5th, like I said, April 5th, it could be all over by then too. So I'm not really going to hold that against him.
How though? Act like what cure?
You don't know. I mean, it's just going to run its course.
Like, how we know that?
Hey,
it's okay to say I don't know, bro.
I mean, I don't know, but
it's okay to say I don't know. It's okay to say I don't know.
I don't know, but I'm just saying.
What makes you think it's going to run out?
Look, either we all going to be dead in a month or we going to be good in a month. It's one or the other, though.
That's optimism for that ass.
Yeah, it's going to go one way or the other. It's going to be a hard left or a hard right. I'm hoping for the hard right.
Do you think Vince McMahon should have shut down WrestleMania, though? I mean, WrestleMania is huge, bro.
I mean, I can't blame him. I ain't shutting down my tour until they tell me I got to.
But yeah, I mean, with WWE, that's their lifespan is touring. They go to a different spot every event, whether it's Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT, every pay-per-view. They're constantly on the road.
Absolutely.
But WrestleMania is their Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying. Do you think he should have postponed it, considering the fact that your situation is scripted anyway? He may
end up postponing. I mean, this is all fresh, so I mean, you never know. He probably waiting it out to see how this is gonna go. Probably wait a week, and he may. If it don't calm down, he may postpone it. Because just like I said, Broccoli City's holding out. Because Broccoli City, I think, the festival was like the middle of April. So they're just holding out to see if we can weather the storm for a little bit. And if it gets too close, then we'll do what we got to do.
Well, to Vince McMahon's defense, too, because he's always on the road, he can't just rearrange things like the way the NBA can.
Absolutely.
Like, even when they do plan WrestleManias, they make the announcement like a year in advance. So, he can't just be like, oh, okay, we ain't gonna play no home games. Because that was the first step, was that Golden State Warriors said they wasn't playing home games.
Well,
they weren't gonna play home games
with fans. They weren't gonna play home games with fans, and then they cut it out. Then once somebody got it, they just canceled it all directly. Which shout out to Adam Silver, because he did it, led by example. He ain't wait for nobody else. He did what needed to be done. He said, no, shut this shit down now.
Yeah.
He said, shut this shit down now. Like we're done. Lights out. It's a wrap. We over until I say we back. We gonna figure this out, which was the correct thing to do. It took balls, and he acted swift. You could tell he ain't ask nobody no questions.
Nah, he didn't.
He ain't say, well, he ain't want to know what you thought about it.
Nah,
He ain't care. You know what? Boom, because it was like, player just got tested, comes up with coronavirus. Oh, this game's canceled. All right, boom. All right, oh yeah, we're done. This is done. If the game ain't started already, it ain't starting. Boom.
What do you think about our administration and how they handled it? Donald Trump released a statement
Oh, he
yesterday,
sucks.
and he said that
He
there's no
sucks. I think
traveling
he
outside
actually
Europe.
Well, I mean, that needed to be done. That part made sense, but he making dumbass comments talking about something. If you'd have let me build the wall, this wouldn't have happened. Like, what?
He said that? I missed that.
Yeah. I heard somebody. He said that. This is why I wanted to build the wall. Like, dumbass. No, it didn't even come from Mexico. It came from China, where 90% of everything in this country comes from. But anyway, but I also think he lost the election today.
You think so?
I
Why is that? Talk
so.
about that for a second.
Because everybody stood up. Bernie Sanders had a hell of a speech today talking about what needed to be done. Hillary Clinton had a nice tweet saying, let me go ahead and spell this out for you, Donald. I know this is hard for you. Free health care, free screenings, free vaccines, paid leave, quarantines needs to happen now. And it's just, and everybody's saying, stepping up and saying what needs to be done. And they're making Obamacare looking very good right now.
Do you think that this is like his Katrina? Like he fumbled the ball at the way Bush
He
did?
definitely fumbled the ball. And it shows. Like, this, if this whole thing was created to expose Donald Trump, bullseye. They did it.
So do you agree with
Which this could very well be an Olivia Pope scandal thing to just destroy the president.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, or do you think because some of
I feel sorry for the people who actually, or the elders who ever actually lost their lives because of it. But I mean, if this is the mission accomplished.
What I was gonna ask is that some of these things, some of the theories they run you to the ground, because that's the thing about situations like this. They bring out all these Hotep conspiracies and everything like that. Do you think there is some truth though, that this was probably planned on the Republican side to kind of distract you from the re-election and then kind of backfired?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think so. But, I mean, if the Republicans planned this, they fucked up.
Well, they were claiming that this is another form of impeachment from the Democrats, of a way to try to get him up out of there.
Well, it worked. It worked. That's why I said Olivia Pope at her best, because he fumbled the rock from the jump street when he said it was a common cold, all this. Like, yeah, Donald Trump looks bad.
What if he
looks
gets
bad.
But hold on, no. What if it happens like the way you say it, right? What if within like the next couple of weeks there's a huge cure, everything's cool?
Well, it wasn't a cure. They said it kind of ran its course in China. Like after 3 or 4 weeks, that's when China kind of got back to normal. Like China's doing fine right now.
But do you think that he would take credit for that and that can boost him to get reelected?
I mean, he's going to say whatever he got to say, but we know.
Yeah, because there is mad clips of him saying like, I mean, if you just go home, everything's fine. Like there's mad clips of him.
And then they saying he had dinner with somebody who's actually been exposed to it.
He shook his hand.
Yeah, he shook his hand. So yeah, he
even
grabbed him by the
what you
pussy.
saying 30 days outside.
Grabbed him by the pussy.
Even you saying 30 days outside of Europe, like that's still being denial. Like that was incompetence. Like it's so many things that was wrong with that. But I don't know, man. I think I'm starting to agree with you. Now I'm not going to say that it'll get him up out of there because he has such a loyal base. So I still don't technically know when it comes to like getting him up, getting him up out of there.
Getting affected. Or Iowa, Montana, it's creeping up in there.
Listen, I want you to be right. I'm not arguing to be right at all. Like I want
Texas,
you to be right. Yeah.
Texas been hit hard by it. They done had some deaths by it. Louisiana, all them southern states,
but
those southern bells.
Those people seem to still not care though, bro. They still just seem to like they ride with him regardless.
Hey,
I tell you one thing, it does shut down though. Him going on his tour. Because, he never stopped campaigning the last 4 years. Like, he loves going to places and speaking. But those things getting shut down, too.
Absolutely.
And that's how he keeps the momentum up. So if he can't go out and speak in front of his large crowds, I think that plays a part also too. Yeah, that's a lot, man. I don't know, man. You know what? I don't know how to make this transition smooth, but let's switch up over some things on some lighter. I didn't realize that it's coming up on a year with our boy when we lost Nipsey Hussle. BBC has announced that they're going to come out with a documentary. It's going to be called The Mysterious Murder of Nipsey. It's going to come out on the 26th. Now, you know, he passed away March 31st.
I didn't think it was mysterious, though.
I mean, I don't understand.
We know who shot him.
Like, we know exactly what happened.
Yeah, it's on camera.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we need to know why. But, but at this point, we don't care, right? Like, I don't care to know why.
We kind of know the whole story, I feel like.
He told that guy just don't come around.
Yeah, the guy was a snitch. He told him he had to get out of here because, you know, it is what it is. And guy ain't take it like he felt a certain way, came back and shot him.
How you feel about Nipsey's legacy since his passing? What you think has been good? What you think has been bad? Or what's your thoughts on it? What's your take on it? Just in the past year, just in this year alone.
I feel like his legacy has been elevated and his work has been appreciated, which I hate that his death had to be the reason that did that, for people to really appreciate his work and everything he did while he was here. But I definitely think his legacy has been put to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
I just hate that he had to die for people to realize what a gift he was.
Yeah, I feel like also too we're starting to see the reruns now. Because when he first passed away, it was still hard to come to terms with the reality of him being gone. Because, you know, he showed up on Rhyme and Flow. You know, he had those videos that he had already did that was coming out.
The album just came out.
And the album had came out a year before. But I'm talking about just the videos like the song Higher with.
Well, not a year before. The album was only out for like a couple months.
No, it came out 2018. Yeah, it was 2018.
It was the end of 2018, though. That's what I'm saying. And
it was January 2018. I had to look it up. It was January 2018. It was beginning of 2018. I'm not lying. Yeah, Victory Lap that's how good it was. It lasted. Just how good the album was. But my point is,
he was still doing promo runs for it.
No, he wasn't. I mean, my point, even with that, my point is that I'm talking about stuff like Higher. Like, he was in that video. That video came out after his passing. Rhyme and Flow came out after his passing. And what I'm saying is that it was hard to kind of like comprehend him being gone. But for me, it really, 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 really hit home when they did the Grammys tribute. You know what I'm saying? Because that feel like that put a seal on the year of him. And, you know, that was like, okay, he's like everything is out now. Like everything we see now is pretty much going to be a rerun. And to me, that's the sad part because it felt like he was getting all his props after he passed away. It was very James Dean-like.
Absolutely.
You know? But I don't know with this documentary, like you said, as far as the mystery of it, like, I don't know what the mystery might be about. Like, I don't know if that title was just for clickbait. Because like you said,
it's really not a mystery.
Yeah, this is not a Tupac situation.
Yeah, we know exactly who did it.
It's not a Biggie situation.
They're actually locked up in jail. And
still going through the court processes, right? Or they might.
Yeah, they still going through the process. He hasn't been found guilty yet, but we know everything. It's like because it's plain as day. It's on camera. So so it's crazy.
All right, well, this next one, let's let me ask you, what you feel about the Meg Thee Stallion situation, her and her deal?
Her and her deal. I mean,
right, wrong, part of growing pains. So let me break it down a little bit more though. Let me ask you this.
From what I heard with the deal,
wait. Do you feel like her being young at 20 years old is an excuse when it comes to signing the contract? That's my first thing I want to ask you about.
I don't feel like it's an excuse because her mom at the time was actually manager, which her mother was a vet in the game. So somebody should have looked over that contract and realized what she was signing. But her being naive and probably, you know, thinking these guys gonna take care of me, blah, 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 really not knowing the business of music. And probably I can understand how it happened, but that doesn't excuse her for signing the contract. And the day she signed the contract, but still, I mean, is the contract right? Nah, it's a effed up contract, and hopefully she gets out of it, and hopefully she renegotiates it because she's definitely worth the value, and she got the right people on the side now with Jay and Rock Nation, and she got the money for lawyers, so hopefully she can get it done.
So what was you about to say? You said you heard the contract was what?
What I heard with the contract was bogus.
Yeah, they get like touring money.
They get everything.
Yeah.
They get everything. Like, so it's crazy. It's definitely crazy.
I mean, I definitely think that people who were online feeling like they know what was best when it comes to, you and I, we have a little experience in it. We never necessarily signed contracts as far as in the record industry, but we know what it's like to sign entertainment contracts. And
they can be worded crazily.
That's what people don't understand. Like
they word them real crazy just so you can understand.
Everything's not as clear as everything's not a Google. Like, I can look at the contract and people's like, I was.
It ain't gonna be saying I'm taking this, I'm taking that, I'm taking this. It ain't saying that.
Yeah, like I know people who
literally gonna need an entertainment lawyer to actually read it over.
I know people who would like just read. You can read something, but the comprehension, that's not something that you necessarily gonna understand. And what if you can't afford a lawyer?
And it's gonna rock you to sleep.
But what if you can't afford a lawyer?
Absolutely.
Getting a lawyer is not a lawyer wants a piece of that.
Yeah.
And you might have to get a lawyer that might be attached to the label and might have some undergoings going on with them.
That's just telling you to sign it.
Yeah. And like you said, her mother was managing her, but I mean, her mother was going by her experience maybe, right? I mean, we don't know like who read over and stuff like that, but I'm saying what level of it is a responsibility to lie on? Like, it's not going to be on the label to necessarily, but how long are we going to keep going with this whole, that's just how the game is? Like, how long are we going to keep playing on that? It's pretty much my question.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was just having a conversation with Bankroll Freddie and what's the young guy name? Other young guy from QC. I just had him on my show. Just talked to him. Soaking wet. Lil Marlo. Yeah, and I was like, certain record labels, you never hear stuff like that. Like QC, you never hear stuff like that with P's artists. You never hear stuff like
QC's
that.
QC's not a label, they're a management, right?
QC's a label.
I thought they're just management.
No, they're a label. They're a label.
Well, we haven't heard that. Well, to their defense, we haven't heard nothing yet, but they're still fairly new.
True, but all their artists, they got money. And all their artists actually have something to show for it. Like, Lil Baby got businesses. Lil Baby has money. Like, none of his artists are actually starving. Even the artists that aren't like popping are not starving. Like, and they'll tell you firsthand. Like, and Lil Marlo told me, he was like, P and Coach, they let them go in any meeting. Like him and Baby, they go in any meeting. They know what's going on. And they don't automatically, P doesn't automatically take his money. He gets the artist to pay him. So if they get booked for a show or something like that, they got to pay P out of that. So they actually giving P the money. So they're seeing the money go. So he's very transparent with them. So I thought that was slick. And you never hear stuff like that coming out of MMG. You never hear Stalley or Wale or Meek talking about that.
Stalley ain't on MMG no more.
Okay, but you still haven't heard him say he was messed up in his deal. He may say his marketing and the way he was pushed was wrong, wasn't what he thought it would be, but he never talked about his deal.
Yeah, that's real. Because remember, they had that one dude early in that game named Peel, and
he had triple C's, which did nothing, but you still never.
I don't know.
Heard.
They was on. I think that was a separate thing.
Oh, well, you never heard Gunplay talking about his deal. They may talk about the marketing and being pushed and all that, but they ain't talking about the actual paperwork.
Yeah, I think there's some people who they deserve to get props.
Yeah, you go down to Cash Money? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Cash Money definitely. I know people who's, I mean, did they get a check for back that ass up yet? Like, I mean, Cash Money definitely has a reputation. Bad Boy has a reputation.
Yeah, Jadakiss definitely. We talked about that too. With Jadakiss, I had a conversation with him because I brought up that he's called Puffy a gangster with the paperwork. One of the illest, and he reiterated what he said. He said the illest to ever do it with the paperwork. I was like, yeah, because you did call him a gangster with the paperwork back in the day. I had to remind him of what he said. He's like, yeah. I said all that. I was young, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it that way now, but back then, I offered to throw.
Def Jam.
I threatened to throw a refrigerator at him. He's like, yeah.
Def Jam definitely had a reputation.
Yeah, Def Jam.
Def Jam had a reputation.
Yeah.
You know who you didn't hear about too much? No Limit. You don't hear a lot of people. You didn't hear people complaining about they didn't get their money with No Limit.
That's another one. That was another stand-up guy. P, No Limit. I had a conversation with Silk the Shocker. Coincidentally, another person I just recently had a conversation with.
Silk was his brother. He wasn't gonna do his brother like that.
Yeah, Silk was his brother, but still. I mean, you just never heard. I've never heard. But
you don't.
I've never heard Fiend. I never heard Mia X come out talking about nothing crazy.
And he had way more people than Cash Money.
Yes, he had a lot of loose ends, so a lot of people could have said something. They just went on a whole tour, a whole reunion tour. So ain't nobody getting on the tour if they mad about that.
Well, I ain't gonna say that. Bad Boy had the reunion tour first, and they were.
Very true.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna, because sometimes you could be done so wrong, and that when a reunion comes, you like, I gotta go on this reunion tour.
Right, you're right.
Yeah. You definitely heard it with Death Row.
Oh yeah, Death Row. That's
people were hanging off angles.
Yeah. Snoop said he still ain't got his publishing from Death Row, but he took it as a learning experience, he said.
Yeah. So I guess
And
that's
shout out to P, who actually saved Snoop from Death Row.
that's what I'm saying. So what level are we going to get to? Is it going to always just this is how the record label is, or are we going to actually make some certified changes?
No, yeah, I think it's made strides. It's definitely made strides. So, but 1501 wasn't really established. They were like, a local Houston reputable label. They were banging in Houston, but they were still on some Raping Your Record stuff because they were on the come up. They weren't established. It wasn't like they were a big dog. Like,
well, Jay Prince was kind of coming in that situation, and I guess the sense that they were all trying to make is you were a new artist,
correct.
Hence why you're not deserving of publishing and all this other stuff. But I think there's an argument to be made with that, even if you are a new artist, because if you think about it right now, new artists, these independent artists now, why would they sign with a label? Why would I give you something that I created, even if it is my first album? Why? Oh, I don't deserve? No, but you're still buying my art. I think that's the old guard way of thinking, is that you're a new artist, so you're not deserving of your own publishing. But I think the new way of thinking is, no, I created this. If you plan to make money off this, I still need to own this. Because, for example, I think Lil Uzi Vert, you don't hear about him complaining when it comes to stuff. Now, there were people who, you talk about QC, to your credit, what you were saying, Cardi jumped on them as management because she fired her first management team, from my understanding.
Yeah,
so
Cardi is managed by QC.
Right. So everybody does kind of get older, or once they learn something, they go back and they like, I want to renegotiate. I just don't. What I did realize is that we don't like victims, because when people saw what Meg said, they were like, "Oh no, she shouldn't be complaining." And this, and people don't like that. Is what my understanding. It always gonna come down to you should be happy. You know what I mean? Because you got this label, you look rich, and that's. I guess it's kind of, I don't know whose fault that is, but when rappers always rapping about they got money and they balling, and then you make a size complaint that your money ain't right, no one's ever going to feel bad for you.
And now to switch the subject, NBA just released an official statement to the fans right now in real time. As you know, we've temporarily suspended our season in response to the coronavirus pandemic. We made the decision to safeguard the health and the well-being of our fans, players, everyone connected to our game, and the general public. The hiatus will be at least 30 days, and we intend to resume the season if and when it becomes safe for all concerned. In meantime, we will continue to coordinate with infectious disease and public health experts along with government officials to determine safe protocols in resuming our games. As we develop the appropriate course for future NBA games and events, we will keep you informed of any changes as soon as that way happen. Tickets already purchased for postponed games will be honored when the game is rescheduled. If games are not played or played in empty arenas, teams will work with the fans to credit for future game or a refund. From the NBA, signed Adam Silver.
Yo, let me give a shout out to my homeboy BMP, because he had a great idea that the NBA should probably do. He said, if I was ESPN, I would quickly set up a 30-day NBA tourney, Twitch, and live stream it. Encourage NBA players to participate. If they win money, go to a charity, any regular or a regular player. So maybe they should come up with something within these 30 days.
Hey. Or just tell everybody get on 2K.
Over or under when it comes to betting that the NBA does resume in 30 days, or we're done for the rest of the year?
I think they'll resume in 30 days.
So you're saying you think they're resuming?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I'm gonna say right now no, until we know better. I'm gonna say no. I don't think so. I don't think we're coming back, bro.
I think we're coming back.
I think we're going to have our first year and we ain't going to know who won the championship.
Nah, not in the year Kobe died. Lakers got to get this one.
I think we're going to have our first year and we ain't going to
Jenny Buss, Magic? No. We got the team. They say the Lakers got the team. We got to do it for Kobe. Nah, they coming back, bro.
I think this issue spread.
I think they're going to go straight to I think they may go straight to the playoffs. I think the playoffs, it may be like two weeks and then go straight to the playoffs.
Hey, listen, man, you can't leave it. Listen, we don't know. I'm willing to bet that we probably won't. If the situation keeps growing the way we're going with the incompetence that we have in the White House.
Oh, they gonna get him. Like I said, Trump dropped the ball and he lost the election. But
it's a long way to November still, bro. People forget things really quick. We forget things every week. We forget things all the time. People not gonna remember this. If this happens the way you say it's gonna happen, and we do get cleared up within 30 days, people not gonna remember this. They're gonna be fine. I'm just saying they're gonna be fine. You looking at me crazy? They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. All right. Well, let me give him some shout outs to some things that came out. This past week, Craig Mack had passed away back in 2018. This was also the anniversary of B.I.G.'s death, March 9th. You know, one of the GOATs right there, or the GOAT. And also, this was a big deal to me too, man, is that it was the 30th anniversary of House Party.
Oh, damn. I didn't notice that.
30-year anniversary of House Party, the 29th anniversary of New Jack City this past week. Yeah. Iconic, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Those genre movies.
They were supposed to be making like a New Jack City like reboot, or I guess a sequel or something like that at one point. But none of us want to see that. Just go watch the old one. That's what it is. All right, man. I guess we're trying to get up out of here. What you going to do for the rest of the weekend?
Man, I'm keeping these records spinning as long as I can spin them. Spend some time with the kids.
I was going to say, do you have any gigs this week?
Yes, I do.
You just sneeze right there.
That was a sneeze, not a cough, by the way. Just so you know, it's a sneeze. And the sneeze is a reaction of dust getting inside your nose and your nose clearing it out. It is not a cough.
Somebody been Googling. Where you going to be at?
Well, actually, I actually learned that on the Children's Channel. They actually tell you that. Peppa Pig, they actually tell you what a sneeze is. They teach you that, like the little kids' channels and stuff. They're very educational.
Okay, listen. So where you going to be at?
Oh, I'll be at your Bass Lounge and Be-More this Saturday.
Okay. I'd like to give a shout out to I was in Harlem 2 weeks ago for the closeout of Harlem Fashion Week for the Urban Mixer. Big shout out to them out there, man. It was real dope. That was my first fashion, anything of that. Also, big shout out to St. Gabriel Gardens. Talked to the art dealer out there. It was a black-owned art dealer, which is one of the few. Also talked to a man who had his own cognac named Rayvon. Black-owned cognac. He's one of the two. Ain't that crazy how black people, we consume so much brown, but there's no ownership? Like, none. Yeah, like none. You get a chance, check out AURN. Article will be out soon. I covered it, and I'll have the interviews that was up there too. So big shout out to the Urban Mix. That was a big deal. That was a big deal. All right, as usual, make sure you follow us on all the social media platforms. Make sure you go to your search engine, type in HHMS98. Make sure you follow this man right here at DJ Akademiks. Make sure you follow me at J.Hall Radio. As usual, be blessed and successful, and we'll talk to you soon. And hey, wash your hands. We ghosts.
Yes, sir.
It's the Hip Hop Matrix Show.